Okay, cool. We're recording.
Got it.
All right. Hey, everybody. It's Felix and Darren here with the Figueroa Group at Ticor Title, and we would like to introduce you to our real estate hot take. Darren, take it away.
Okay, for this month in June, we got someone very special to me. We have an amazing, it's a 2-for-1 today. We have Lynn Perry from Perry and Company Real Estate and Loans. Lynn, welcome. We appreciate you guys coming on. Lynn, please talk to me. Let me know what's going on in the rate side of things in the market right now.
Will do. Good morning. Thanks, Darren and Felix, for having me on. I'm really excited to be here. And the rates, it's really interesting. Rates today, probably a 30-year fix is about 7.0 flat. But I don't know, consumers get so much information and a lot of times the wrong information. So I think kind of what's happened is the beginning or the end of last year, October, November, the feds, of course, came out and said rates are going to drop 3 to 4 times in 2024. So I think what happened is you had all these people waiting, kind of ready to buy, and then they pulled back because they're like, oh, I'm going to wait till rates get better. And then as we all know, what happened? Rates did not drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think you had a lot of people sitting on the fence and a lot of people, oh, they're going to drop, and they never did.
Yeah.
So I think people finally at this point, now the feds are saying they're going to probably drop rates just one time, probably the last quarter in 2024. And then summer hit, I don't know, like the light switch went on and it got really busy, which is great. But I think people just figured out rates are what they are. And like I always tell my clients, if you can afford to buy with the interest rates, and I pulled a few up. So today, like a 30-year fixed is 7% for conventional, 15 years, about 6.42. FHA and VA, of course, is lower, about 6.4. And jumbo rates are running about 7.25. Okay. So I think the key here is if you can afford the payment with the rates where they are today, I really encourage people to buy, because what's going to happen when rates dip a little bit? It's already a competitive market out there. When rates dip, I think it's going to be even that much more competitive. And what's that going to do? Usually that drives price up. So, you're waiting for maybe a quarter better in rate, but then the prices go up 5%, your overall payment's going to be higher.
Yeah.
So, I've been counseling my clients, if anybody's on the fence, really talk to a mortgage professional. And I think, a mortgage broker, we have access to, I have access to over 100 banks, all different programs. I'm doing profit and loss, and business bank statement loans for the self-employed people, because a lot of people haven't been able to get loans, right?
Yeah.
That was going to be my next question to you, Lynn. What is there any creative loan programs that you have out right now that you're kind of pushing, or that you've seen that?
Yeah, well, I'm doing such a variety, and I mean it's really fun, because I always tell people, give me the pieces to your puzzle and let me put it together for you. Okay. So you're self-employed, we're doing a lot of the bank statement loans, right? We're doing some of the DSCR, the debt service. The ratio, that's a little harder in California, but those are available for investment properties all over the nation, which is really good. Basically, the loan payment has to equal the rental income. Like I said, a little harder in California. But those are there. Also with loans, being creative, I have some clients that came in, bought a property for like 1.5, did a loan for $1 million, and then we recasted their loan. In other words, because rates didn't get better, he came in, he wanted to pay off or pay down that loan, so he can have a reduced payment. So we did a recasting. I think it cost about $250 to do, pay down the loan about $500,000. So still has the same rate. I think it's 7 1/8, but lowering his payment. So being creative with people, seeing what their needs are, and then finding that niche.
Yeah.
So, doing obviously FHA. I love my first time home buyers. I'm doing, down payment assistance it's a process, but it's doable. Really what I did like 3 of these last month, is the Home Ready, which is, it's not based on income, because, a lot of these programs in California, the median income doesn't allow you to qualify for a home purchase price of what, 700,000 in California. Those don't match up, right? But there's some other programs that, for example, the Home Ready, it's a grant. So I got 2 clients that lived in Rancho Cucamonga, which I never thought that would be on the map, but it's
Right.
San Bernardino, Riverside counties that, and it's based on where you currently live, which is unique. Used to be the old days, it was based on the property you're purchasing. So it was always like a rush. Okay, you're looking at this property, we'd have to look up the properties to see if they qualify. So now it's like, okay, Felix, we know you live in this address.
Yeah,
You qualify for a $5,000 grant
gotcha.
and up to 500 for an appraisal and up to 500 for home warranty coverage.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, I
Interesting.
had a client that he had been pre-approved by a big bank and great credit. Only they wanted to put 5 or 10% down. So we did 10% down, but they qualified for the $5,000 grant that the big bank didn't offer them. And then the other credits, and we got about a quarter better in interest rate. So,
nice.
little things like that,
Yeah.
you just, like I said, I always like, give me all your information. Let me do my homework. Let's research, see what you qualify for. And with that, I mean, it was simple. It's a grant, so it's not repayable. And all they had to do was a 30-minute online class.
Yeah, because
So-
everybody's different, so you gotta figure out what their situations are and piece it, like you said, piece it together, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. And
Yeah.
you were mentioning Rancho Cucamonga, I'm glad that you said that, because I know that's one of the areas that you service. What's going on with the Rancho market right now?
Yeah, the Rancho market, it's really interesting. It stayed steady. It's been a seller's market, right? As we
Okay.
know,
Yep.
for over, for a couple of years. But average properties inventory has been hovering between 60 and 70 the last year and a half. And this month we're up to 122.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
So like I
a lot
said,
more
I feel like
sellers.
someone turned on the light switch
Yeah.
and said, okay, now, we've been waiting, rates
Yep.
are what they are, we're gonna make a move. And, I look at, because I do both loans and real estate, I feel I have a really good pulse on people and what they're thinking. It's really interesting. Of course, people are moving out of state, which it's so enticing because you can sell your house that you bought for. So, there's different demographic areas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah, for sure.
it's kind of funny. I'm helping my friends and their parents sell their big house that they've owned for years and years.
Yeah.
And then, they're downsizing, but people are not downsizing, like the old days. People are not going from a 3,000 square foot house to 1,000. They're going from a 3,000 to a 2,800,
Mhm.
So, I mean, there's all different kind of niches, but people are selling, of course, moving out of state because they can take that money
Yeah,
and then go and buy out of state, pay cash and not have.
We can do so much more with it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But, I'm helping a few people. I'm trying to get people to look outside the box, right? For example, I think COVID made people aware of, you don't have to stay in your house for 50 years.
Yeah,
Right.
There's so many other places to go and you can go somewhere else and work.
yeah.
So I think that's really opened up people's eyes that people are selling and or taking the equity of their home. Say they're in their 50s, they're not quite ready to retire, taking the equity of their home and buying that home that they want to retire in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to lose their 2.5% to 3% interest rate.
Yeah,
right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to educate people like, you can do it now if you
Yeah.
want to, and with rent so good, you could buy a house in, a second home in Big Bear or, the beach or Palm Springs or something, and you can buy that house and you can really get really good rents for it.
Yeah,
Right.
Another thing I'm having people do, and I didn't know this until I talked to my financial advisor about 8 months ago, is people can borrow from their investment account, borrow from themselves to buy to put down. So yes, you're going to lose out on the increase in the,
Yeah.
in your portfolio.
yeah,
However, you're putting more down to have a payment
Right.
that's doable, borrow from yourself. So,
that makes sense.
yeah. So, just a lot of different creative ways. And then also back to the market in Rancho Cucamonga. So now the inventory is up, but still things are, average days on the market is 46 days.
Wow.
Median days on the market, 21 days.
Wow.
So, things
That's
are
not really
selling.
changed too much over the last years then, really. I mean, it's still, stuff's still selling pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
it got to a point where I think up to like 1.5, they were selling
Yeah.
really quickly, and then that
Yeah.
1.5 to 2.5 was kind of sitting.
Yeah.
And now those are moving a lot faster as
Yeah.
well.
Are you seeing over asking multiple offers on
Yes.
okay, so that's
Yeah.
like you
That's
said,
still common, you price it right.
yeah,
Obviously the properties that are turnkey,
go
if
quicker.
it's turnkey clean, you're gonna
Yeah.
get multiple offers and over
Right.
list price.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes sense. That's
Yeah.
across the board then.
Yeah, and if you look at it too, the ones that sit on the market are the ones that are, fixer-uppers or
Yeah.
priced a little bit
Overpriced.
high
Price.
for
Yeah.
the condition,
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think, for me, in the real estate market, it is really important. If you're listing a property, I stage all of my properties. I almost make it a requirement unless it's a,
It's
investor
already
flip
in great shape. Yeah.
property.
Right.
Yeah, just because it sells, I usually do like my, 7-day marketing blitz,
Mhm.
do the open house, get multiple offer. I mean, you can sell it quickly.
Yeah.
But I think that plays a big role in selling a property in this
Yeah.
market.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know. Of course, everybody wants the home, the model home, ready to
Yeah, I
go.
know.
Right.
Yeah. They get you with those model homes.
I know. I always say that one day I'm gonna buy a model home, all the furniture,
Yeah,
everything is
everything's there,
perfect,
yeah.
and you move in,
No,
Well,
it's
Lynn,
awesome.
thank you so much.
Yes.
We appreciate you coming on today. This was June's Real Estate Hot Take. We will link Lynn's information below. So if you want to get a hold of Lynn, her information and all her social media platforms will be below. Again, thank you guys for coming on, and we will catch you guys next month as we get into the hot months of July. So
Yeah.
thank you again.
Hotter
We'll
month.
speak to you guys soon.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hotter.
Butter. All right, thanks you guys. I appreciate you very much. Yeah,
Thank
if
you.
anybody needs any resources, please feel free to give me a call.
You bet. Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Thank you,
All
Lynn.
right.